Now, I've emphasized on this channel that the most important thing to remember as full-time RVers is to travel slower and stay longer. However, the single biggest way to save money is with discount camping clubs. Staying longer ties in perfectly with the first program I want to share with you, 1,000 Trails. After all, you can stay up to 2 to 4 weeks depending on your plan, and your nightly out-of-pocket expense is $0. 1,000 Trails has over 80 campgrounds nationwide. So what can you expect at 1,000 Trails? Usually not super modern facilities or perfectly level concrete campsites. They aren't luxury resorts, but they're more rustic and quite nice nonetheless. Typically, they're located in rural areas just outside of town. Large properties with a clubhouse, pools, plenty to do. Over 90% of my stays are within this system. 1,000 Trails currently offers 3 different premium plans that includes the Trails collection, giving you access to all almost 200 campgrounds. With these memberships, you can stay up to 21 nights per park and then move directly to another park. Booking windows range from 120 to 180 days depending on the plan. So for full-time RVers who are in the system over 90% of the time, this is an amazing value. I'll touch on the Trails collection, which is now included in the premium memberships. These are encore parks. Some are not so nice. Some are absolutely amazing. I highly recommend the Florida Keys parks or any locations that charge the additional $20 per night. They're worth the extra cost as long as it doesn't stretch your budget too much. They're really nice resorts. Now, the best way to get current pricing is to call my contact listed in the description page. Now, the camping pass is sort of a 1,000 Trails teaser. It has certain limitations, but it's actually a great way to get started. And I used it for many years before I upgraded. At the time of this video, it's still a little over $50 per month. Generally speaking, with the exception of some Southwest campgrounds, 1,000 Trails and Encore parks are located within about 100 miles of a large body of water. This leaves a bit of a gap when you're traveling across the midsection of the country. Now, because of that, about 10 to 20 times per year on average, I use my Passport America membership, which offers 50% off at over 1,300 campgrounds nationwide. So what can you expect at a Passport America campground? Now, some are okay, and some are terrific. Because these campgrounds are individually owned, it's very much a mixed bag, so it's best to read the reviews. Now, for the same reason, each park has its own arrangement with Passport America based on their business needs. Some only offer the discount during the off-season. Some offer it Sunday through Thursday only. Others may limit stays to 2 nights maximum. The good news is that these businesses are very transparent. I mean, the details are always clearly outlined in a section called Important Campground Notes. Some RVers see this as an obstacle. I treat it more like a game or a puzzle. In fact, I sometimes make it a point to leave the 1,000 Trails system on a weekday, specifically to take advantage of these discounts. Now, I've had fantastic luck with Passport America, and I've been using it for nearly 16 years. And get this, at the time of this video, the annual membership is still under $50. At 50% off, you only need to use it a couple times per year for it to pay for itself. Some folks would argue that Good Sam is the way to go because the discount applies every day. The problem, of course, is that it's only a 10% off club. Even if you use that membership for an entire week, you're still paying 90% of the full price. Maybe that works for vacationers, but that does nothing for me as a full-time RVer. Let's take a look at the math. Let's say we stay at a $50 campground for 4 nights. With Good Sam, you get the discount every night and save a total of $20. Now let's take a look at a different $50 a night campground that accepts Passport America for a maximum of 2 nights. There's no rule against staying full price for a couple nights when you still save 25% overall. Your savings for those same 4 nights is $50. So I've introduced you to my network discount club, 1,000 Trails, and my 50% off club, Passport America, which I use to fill in the gaps. The last club is a little bit different. It's really about one-night boondocking experiences at wineries, breweries, museums, and farms. It's called Harvest Host. This costs about $100 per year, and you get to camp for free. The only ask is that you purchase something from the host, whether that's a bottle of wine, a burger, some jelly, or the price of admission at a museum. Now, these are places you wouldn't normally find if it weren't for this membership, and they're always a nice treat. So you really have to look at it as a 2-for-1 deal, a place to stay for free and a fun experience, all rolled into one. Now, I still look at the bottom line though. To keep my total cost under $30 for the entire experience, I really need to use it a minimum of 7 or 8 times per year. Because of that, I sometimes let this membership lapse until I know I'll be ready to use it again. That brings me to my next point. You can let your Passport America and your Harvest Host memberships lapse anytime you want. At the time of this video, I've let my Harvest Host lapse because I'm completely booked for the next 6 months with longer stays. I'll pick it back up again in the summer or the fall when I'm bouncing around quite a bit more. I mean, why pay for something when you're not using it? Now, I mentioned earlier in this video that I'd come back to the Thousand Trails Camping Pass. It works a little differently than the premium Thousand Trails memberships. It's limited to one regional zone, but I think for an additional $5 or $10 per month, you can add a second zone, which brings your total to about 25 parks. And remember, if you're traveling slow and staying longer, you probably won't need more than 2 regions anyway over the course of 1 year. And here's the thing, you can change your zones every year near your anniversary date. So if you have Southwest Northwest, you can change it to Southeast Northeast. Now, while the premium plans have longer booking windows and the ability to go park to park, the Camping Pass has a 60-day booking window and a 2-week maximum stay at any one park. Once you leave that park, you have to be out of the system for 1 week. So realistically, you can sort of max out at an average of 20 nights per month for about $70. That's about $3 per night. I recommend bundling this with Passport America and Harvest Host. For roughly another $12 per month, you can enjoy 50% discounts and fun boondocking experiences. At the time of this video, this bundle costs less than $90 per month. The links and contacts for all 3 of these memberships are in the description page. Please like and subscribe. This is imperative for my channel's growth and to ensure I can continue producing content like this. Next, please check out the description page. Not only have I included links to the resources mentioned in this video, but also the discount camping memberships that I use almost on a daily basis. Last but not least, I actually demonstrate how I personally use these memberships each and every month in my newsletter, called the RIVERCAT Report. I share my day-to-day camping expenses from the previous month, add in the cost of my monthly dues, and show you exactly how much I'm spending on campsites each month. The newsletter also includes storytelling, other valuable money-saving resources, and my upcoming video schedule. You'll also gain exclusive access to videos before they're even launched. The newsletter is free, so be sure to sign up today so you don't miss a single one. Alright guys, that's all I got for now. Safe travels, and I'll see you next time.